Hi, my name's Neil Samuels. I'm Centre Manager for Intaplumb. We're a specialist training provider based in Erith, South East London, and we deal specifically with apprenticeships and qualifications in plumbing, heating, gas, electrical and renewable energies. We're currently running a series of lessons based on simple tasks that you might be able to perform in your own home. If you just click the link below, you can see some of these lessons. It might help you out in the future. I'm also going to take this opportunity to hopefully answer some of your questions you might have concerning apprenticeships in plumbing and heating. There are lots of questions young people, parents and other relatives may have towards apprenticeships, information that they're not sure of or not sure of any bona fide information that is suitable for their child. So if you're a young person looking to get into the industry, an apprenticeship is probably the best way of achieving national vocational qualifications and a long-lasting career in plumbing, heating and gas. Okay, so what is an apprenticeship? An apprenticeship is a formalised way of achieving national vocational qualifications, and they're particularly suitable for young people that are looking to enter the industry. Certainly plumbing, heating, gas and electrical careers are normally all built on the foundations of an official apprenticeship. An apprenticeship is the best way for a young person to start in the industry. The first thing that young person needs to do is to find correct employment. The employment part of the apprenticeship is one part. The other part is to find a suitable training centre or training provider where they'll learn the off-site part. So here we have two parts, the employer or the contractor and the college or training centre. Once you've gained your employment, the employer will then have you at work hopefully for about 4 days per week where you're gaining valuable skills, abilities and experience. For the other day per week, you're attending the approved college or training provider and hopefully after all your exams and practical skills, you're actually assessed for an MVQ2 or later on an MVQ3. Once you've formally achieved both parts of this apprenticeship, basically then you are classed as fully qualified and you're allowed to go out in the industry and practice as a fully qualified plumber. Okay, so the most important question is, how do I gain employment within the industry in order to start my apprenticeship? Well, that is actually probably one of the hardest parts to achieve. Gaining employment in the industry as an apprentice is very difficult and very complex. There are about 3 different ways of achieving it for a young person. First of all, you need to maybe obtain some contact details of some local or national companies in order to then present to them your CV or your application for some employment. Now that's quite difficult to obtain them details. We actually have a careers and job search fact sheet based on our website where you just click the link on the website for apprenticeships and it's down the bottom of the page. Alternatively, you can ask your careers advisor at school or college and maybe they can help you with that. The second way of maybe achieving some employment is to then contact maybe a training provider that specialises in the industry. We deal with a specific provider called JTL and they actually have a system whereby if you do their test and you pass their aptitude test, you can go on to their approved list of applicants which is circulated around all the employers in your local area. Hopefully then maybe the odd employer will pick someone out of the list after an interview for a position. The third way, and maybe the most productive way, shall we say, of achieving employment is through personal contacts. Now, personal contacts, what I mean by that is someone in your family or someone that a family friend knows or a distant relative, whoever it might be, that maybe will take you on for their time as an apprenticeship because your family have recommended you. Now, this is somewhat ad hoc, but there is a lot of apprentices who achieve employment through this system. Good luck for looking for an apprenticeship and a job within the industry. It is quite difficult, but remember, there are plenty of people who do manage to achieve it. How do you enrol on an Intaplumb apprenticeship? Well, we offer apprenticeships at level 2 and level 3. Just a quick explanation, there is no level 1 MVQ in plumbing. So all people that start in the industry start to work towards a level 2. The MVQ Level 2 Diploma in Plumbing is the base qualification for anyone within the workplace. If you achieve that, you can then go on to the NVQ Diploma Level 3 qualification in plumbing and heating. And at the end of that, if you want to, with an NVQ, you can then go on to do your gas ACS and other competent person scheme qualifications. Getting into Intaplumb is quite straightforward. You need to be literate, numerate, pass a JTL aptitude test, and then hopefully we'll find a place for you here at Intaplumb. You can come in 1 day a week and then spend the other 4 days a week with your employer. We work slightly differently from some colleges and training providers in the fact that we're open for most of the year round. So unfortunately you won't have any half terms, but we will just give you a couple of weeks off at Christmas and Easter. All of our apprenticeship programs are in association with a national training provider called JTL. JTL are a specialist building services training provider who specialise in electrical, plumbing and heating and ventilating qualifications around the country. They have many training officers who are local to you somewhere around the country wherever you're based, and they'll be the person responsible for helping you into your college place, and they'll be responsible for coming to see you on site and assessing you in the workplace. JTL are a charity and a non-for-profit organisation, so they're not making any profit out of you or your employer while you're on your apprenticeship. If you're looking for an apprenticeship and you're trying to find out how much an apprenticeship costs, well, it does vary from centre to centre and college to college, but within reason, a 16 to 18-year-old applicant shouldn't need to pay any tuition fees towards their apprenticeship. There is one issue though, and that's when the applicant reaches 19 or above. That person may need to pay a tuition fee of something like £1,000 to £1,500 per year as tuition fees. Apprenticeships generally are finished by the time you're aged 24 and above, so there isn't really any government funding once you reach 24. So it's important that if you're looking at an apprenticeship, you try and do it as early as possible to make it more cost effective for you and your employer. Many people ask us, what about these fast track courses, these so-called courses, become a plumber in 8 weeks? What about them? Would they be suitable? Well, not really. They're not really suitable for young people whatsoever. And in actual fact, none of us who have been in the trade for many years would recommend these type of courses. These type of courses are probably suitable for people that have been in the trade for many years but haven't managed to achieve national vocational qualifications. They're not really suitable for young people, and if you look at most of the trade associations and all the competent registration schemes, none of them will recommend that you would go to any of these organisations to achieve your qualifications. So best off, look for an apprenticeship or something whereby you're not only learning at college and the training centre, but you're also learning at work as well. I hope all this information has been of use to you. If you want a little bit more information, there's a good page on our website. It's called Apprenticeships. Click on that. Down the bottom there's lots of good links to some good websites, many of that are involved within the industry and give people like you a little bit of extra information about apprenticeships and employment within the industry and the career you can achieve later on in life. I hope we've looked after you and given you some information. If you want any more information, it's intaplumb.co.uk. Goodbye.